are
Black
funding
Lives Matter
and
was not
helping.
government funded.
Listen, they're helping the
Black
people
Lives
that
Matter
have
was not government
started.
funded.
A lot of things. Okay, diversity and inclusion was.
That was
And
not
who
a
did that
Black Lives.
help?
No, it
Who did
wasn't.
it help? Who did it help though? Who did it
Disabled
help? All
disabled
of these
people.
things. A lot of people. No, it didn't. I work with disabled
That's
people.
what DE. Right, you having that job
Right.
is DEI.
I work with a
Hey,
lot
my
of
guy.
disabled people, and
Hey,
I've
man.
been in this program for years.
Hey,
And I
man.
have students. I have
Okay.
children. I have children that are disabled, and there's no.
You having a job catering to disabled people is literally DEI. Okay? And again, I'm going to say this right now. I don't care about your personal ad libs. I don't care. BLM was not a government funded agency. The Department of Education, over 70% of their funds from the government go directly to grants and education and funding schools and states. Okay? So let's lock in. Okay? I don't know how you can line your pockets with 20% distributed over millions of people. Okay? But you just came up here and lied. You having a job catering to disabled people is DEI. The way in which the building is built, in which you care for disabled people, is DEI. Because that is what DEI means. It is not just about race. You're probably talking a lot right now. No one can hear you. You're muted.
Hey,
Please lock in.
What I'm saying is, I understand. I love that we're able to get the funding. What I'm saying is the funding that comes on the government level, people are able to manipulate systems. They are able to manipulate a lot of systems. I know people that are able to do these things. So it is very possible
Give
to
an
get
example.
funding. How do you think all the people got caught up with the PPP loans and things of that nature?
That has nothing to do with the DOA.
Lie.
That has nothing to do with the DOA. That has nothing to do with the DOA.
You won't agree that it's not possible to
That
lie
has nothing. Those are banks.
Is it not possible to lie?
That doesn't mean that
Is it
everyone's
not possible
lying.
to lie to people and make them think that
It is very
they're
hard
just
to lie to
doing
the
things
government.
wrong? And then
It's
let's talk
very
about
hard.
the eggs. Then we've been dealing with the bird flu for how long?
So I'm gonna go ahead and mute you because you sound like a bird yourself. Oops, sorry. It came out for a second there, chat. So let's first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to stop yelling at me. Second of all, I'm not gonna pivot. Okay? You saying that people lie doesn't mean that everyone lies. It is very hard to lie to the government. In fact, people who defrauded the government with PPP loans were very swiftly caught. Okay? So you're going to need to give an example of how the DOE lies to the government. Because it's not people asking for loans. It is a government agency who is allotted money from Congress. They don't ask the government for money. They are allotted money from Congress. That is how that works, okay? It's not a loan. It is allocated funds. It's their money. So please, respond to that.
So where did the money come from? How did they get the idea that they needed to allocate these funds?
That's what Congress is for, genius. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Did you know that's
but
Congress's
listen to
whole
this.
job?
Listen to this, but Congress is for that. But it's a million people that have jobs that aren't correctly doing their job.
Are they government?
That's
Are they
what's going
government?
on.
Are they
And I don't
working for the
have a
government?
problem.
Are
I
they
don't
government
have a
organizations? Stop talking. Are they government organizations?
Yeah, this is part of a government. Even if you're receiving
Hey, ma'am,
yes, ma'am.
you are talking about individual people in comparison to a government organization. Saying that people stop talking when I'm talking. Stop talking when I'm talking. Stop talking when I'm talking.
Hey,
You
I'm
learned
not
this in
against
middle
black
school.
people.
You
I'm not
learned
against-
this in middle school. Anyway, like I was saying before, Congress allocates funds to the Department of Education. It is a government organization. It is not just run by one person, okay? So tell me how the DOE is defrauding the United States of America.
So, do states or whatever? Do they not send these kids to do whatever testings or whatever is needed to see what
That's
is
not
that a part of
determined by
them
the
getting
DOE.
funds? Huh?
That's not determined by the DOE. That's a state by
The
state issue.
Department of Education.
That's not determined by the DOE.
What's determined by the DOE then? You can't tell me what's
The allocation
if,
of funding to states and schools.
for
Not,
what,
it has nothing to
though?
do with curriculum.
What am I sending you money for if I don't know exactly what it's for?
What are you talking about? The Department of Education's job is to fund state schools
Right, but
and to give out
listen to me. The
out
Department
grants.
of
I'm not done speaking.
Education
I'm not done
may
speaking.
be
I'm not done
the
speaking. I'm not
Department
done
of
speaking.
Education.
I'm not done speaking. They're also their job. Most of their job regards money. Most of the money that they receive from Congress goes to scholarships and Pell Grants. So, what
right,
are you
and
talking
I
about?
understand that. I understand.
No, you don't.
I understand.
If you
And even
understood that,
if
you
the
wouldn't say what you said.
Department of Education is doing their jobs, our kids are still hurting severely. And I'm talking about our black kids. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about they are hurting severely. So what is
Hurting
going to
in
be
what
the
way?
change?
Hurting in what way?
Hurting in one way. Okay, we got kids that are going to school and they're 6 years old and they're not even knowing certain things. They're not knowing the math and things that they could be getting taught at school. Yeah, you're doing it at home, but you can only do so
There is
much.
no way you're proving my point right now.
Because you're not proving your point. Because
There's no way you just proceeded to prove my point.
we haven't even allowed for anything
There
to
is
happen.
no way you just proceeded to prove my point.
You haven't proved the point. You
Okay.
haven't proved any
So,
point.
if the
But to
Department of-
say-
stop talking.
But to say you're not willing
Stop
to
talking.
just see what's
I'm going to
I
respond
don't
to what
agree with everything that's going on, but I do agree that certain
I'm gonna
things
go ahead
need
and
to
respond.
change so a lot of people can be held
I'm going to go ahead and
accountable
respond.
for our children.
You don't know who needs to be held accountable, and you don't care about kids. Anyway, let's continue.
Why
right?
don't I?
Shh. Anyway, like I was saying before.
You just talked about kids, but you was only talking about college.
Anyway, so children in schools not being able to read or write is a direct issue of a lack of funding. Particularly property taxes. When a school is in a low income area, they receive less funding. Okay? So if we remove one of the most consistent forms of funding for schools in the United States, and your concern is that children can't read and write, you're a great example of that. What problem are we solving by making them rely on even less money? Riddle me this. Can you riddle me this? Can you unmute and riddle me this, child left behind?
Hey, so I understand what you're saying. The end of the riddle is that
It's not a riddle.
like I said,
It's not actually a
I
riddle.
don't think all of the money that should be going, because why are our neighborhood, our rural neighborhoods or our black neighborhoods, or why are those areas underfunded? Why ain't everybody getting the same amount of money? We should all be getting the same amount of money. It shouldn't be broke up. So that means that America, which that's what we want to keep doing, and that's why we're going back and forth. We want to keep a class of fucking illiterate, fucking slow people. We want
okay.
or smart people.
All right.
You
My
get-
people be disappointing me. You can't use that word on here. Sorry for that, chat. Sorry for that one, chat. That was crazy. That was wild. Whoa. That was wild. Ma'am, that was wild. That was really wild. Let's not use that word because, my shit is fucking freaking out right now. I gotta fix that. Anyway, let's go on to the next person. I'm scared. Chad, I'm scared. Chad, I'm scared. Anyway, hi, how old are you? Hello, you there? Let's go on to the next person. Y'all give it a second. We'll get some more debates. And I gotta fix this chat. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Hi, how old are you? Couch? Coach? All right, y'all, let's go on to the next person. Y'all, please be patient while we get some more people in here, y'all. Only join the guest request if you support Donald Trump, y'all. It's 2 p.m., so I was thinking we were going to go to like 5. How does that sound, y'all? How does that sound on YouTube? I'm sorry?
You're doing a great job. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I appreciate you, baby. Y'all, let's go on to the next person, y'all. W Donald in the chat. W Good Donald. W Good Donald in the chat. Yeah. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 62.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
That rotor in the background is pretty loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright. Cool, thank you. So, do you support Trump? Thank you guys for the gifts. You guys are being extremely generous. Thank you so much.
No.
Okay, well, I'm just looking.
Support Trump.
I appreciate you, baby, but I'm just looking for people who do support Trump, but I do appreciate you coming up here. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Also, just in case anything happens over here, feel free to support my second account here, because this is also my account, and I go live over here as well, just in case this one has some issues. Hi, how old are you? Hello? Anyway, let's go on to the next person. Y'all give it a second. We'll get some more debates there. Remember, guys, we are just looking for people who support Donald Trump. Only join the guest request if you support Trump. And if you haven't already, follow me, turn on that bell, because it tells you every single time I go live, y'all. And also, if you want to support my lives and help me come back on here every single day, like I always do, feel free to subscribe. I believe they're actually on sale right now, so you should do that. So, because I'm so cute, so funny, and ridiculous. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 47.
Cool. So, do you support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
Well, when I first started, it took me a little while to support him. I had to listen through all the rhetoric, and so after his first term, I feel like
One second. I'm sorry. Where's my bird? Zephyr? Zephyr? Oh, there you are. Okay, continue. He's on my feet. I thought I lost my bird for a second. I was like, where is he? He was really quiet. When they're quiet, that means there's a problem. No, he was just sleeping.
I hear you. So yeah, I will tell you that I really, really like the fact that he was addressing, which I thought that was kind of should be a bipartisan type thing, where we were addressing all the food toxicity and all the different things, and he pulled together the RFJ, and pulled together all this group of people that were doing everything that I was screaming from the rooftops and saying, listen, I have Democrat friends, conservative friends. I've got, independents. For me, I felt like that was a bipartisan where we're looking at all of the toxins in our food. And I just kind of wanted to protect our borders and put the United States first. I didn't like all the wasteful spending, our tax dollars, all the threats of losing our Social Security. And then I was, when I listened to the other side, I really didn't align with any of those views. So it's kind of a real easy thing. Do I support everything he does? No. And when I don't, I speak up. But I don't think that I would support everything that any politician would, spew, if you will. But that's my reason.
Anyway, 1 second before I continue. Marina, thank you so much for the $5 Cash App. Also, if you guys want to contribute to me via these CRV, I don't know if I can say it on here, but it's that little green circle at the top there. It's the same name for both of them. So if you want to support me that way, because I get 100% of the proceeds over there, you can do that. That helps you out a lot as well. So let's go over the first point that you made here. You went over food toxicity and like RFK.
And I wanted to say along with that, but I don't think you can say it on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
so
about what do you call them? The jibber jabbers or the cookies or whatever you want to call it.
I'm
my
not sure.
child, the forced how Biden was forcing the mandates for us all to be jabbed, and my daughter suffered severe.
Wait. I'm sorry. Repeat that?
The way that Biden was forcing all the companies to force the employees that are over 100 employees that they had.
That
to,
wasn't a federal thing. What you would be referring to is the military.
Well,
But
no,
companies, no, this was not a federal law. He tried to do it, but it was struck down by the Supreme Court. But
he
no,
tried to
companies.
do it, so I didn't like. I mean,
But he
did-
obeyed. But what the point is here is that like he thought that was the right thing to do. Supreme Court said you cannot do that, so he didn't do it, and it didn't happen. So you cannot
yeah, but
blame this.
it did. How long did it take? And there was a lot of people.
It happened
fired.
pretty quickly.
Well, no, I'm going to tell you, my husband almost lost his job over it.
It's because his job wanted him to do it.
No, because they said my husband was an airline pilot.
There is no. You're
Man.
right. If your husband was in the military, he does not have the
he's
free
not
will
in the
to say.
military. He was an airline pilot.
Oh,
He
sorry.
was-
I'm sorry. I confused it with Air Force. No.
Yeah,
Well, again, this is not up to the government. It's up to the company. You can sue the company, but not the government.
Well, the
Edward, thank you so much for the $10 Venmo. I appreciate you. You can take that up with the company, but that's not. It has nothing
No,
to do with the government.
No, you're misinformed on that because. when
Okay, so
Biden-
can you provide me the legislation, please?
I am if you let me speak. You keep cutting me off, but
I'm just
I-
making sure you know what I'm asking you for.
yeah. Well, I'm telling you that my husband worked for a major airline company, and when Biden said that all of the employees must be
Boeing?
vaccinated over, and or anybody over 100 employees or whatever, and even the government mandates these, my daughter was severely injured. So how do you take somebody that was severely injured and say that we're going to mandate something that is not a one size fits all? It's not.
Well,
ever
there's
should be a
nothing.
one-size-fits-all.
There is nothing that is a one size fits all. The government.
No, it's not. So
Can,
you should never enforce somebody to take.
So wait a minute.
something- And then
So wait a
they
minute.
also-
Should
and
we
the
not
other-
have?
let me
Wait a minute. That
just-
doesn't make any sense. One second, because you don't hold to that. Should we not have any laws then? Because there are people who disagree with our laws. Everyone disagrees with everything.
No, I'm talking about
Should
injecting
rules
my
not
body.
exist at all?
I'm talking. I didn't say any rules. I said injecting my body with.
There was
toxins
no
that-
mandate for you to get the vaccine.
Okay, you say that, but you know better. I think you do.
No,
know
you can
better.
provide
Look
me.
at
You can provide me with it. There was
So
the
you
only
guys
the only mandate that was actually
Where were you when everybody was losing their jobs?
losing out on my education is where I was.
Okay,
I was
so
in I was in high school when this was happening.
You couldn't even go to college without being injected.
No.
You asked the question. You said,
That is
"How
a
do I
that is a
support-"
college. I actually didn't need to get vaccinated because all of my things were like in on my computer. But again, this is not a mandate.
But
I don't know
anyway,
why
I'm
I don't
just-
know why you're arguing something that doesn't exist here. Can you provide me the mandate, please?
Well, there's no mandate now. Thank you, Donald Trump.
Okay, so can you go ahead and provide? No, the mandate was like the thing that you're referring to was struck down by like Congress.
Right. So why
almost
would I
immediately.
vote for a Democrat that tried to enforce such an awful law?
I'm sorry. You voted for a man who, within his first couple of days as president, tried to revoke parts of our Constitution
How so?
by trying to get rid of birthright citizenship. Are you serious?
What do you mean trying to get rid of birthright?
He made an executive order trying to get rid of birthright citizenship, and it was struck down by the Supreme Court.
just the same as Biden did what you said. So he
No,
thought that was the best
Biden did
thing for our
not.
country. He thought
Biden
that was
did
the
not
best thing for our
purposely
country.
try. Okay, I'm gonna say this to you. Biden never stated that he wanted to like recount certain parts, not recount, take away certain certain parts of the Constitution. And there were parts where he
Biden
made
was a
legislation. I'm not done.
dictator.
I don't know why you're talking over me when I'm talking.
You're rude. I'm going. Bye bye. I don't
Bye-bye.
need to talk to you.
I'm not
You're
rude.
so
You interrupted
You're
me.
very rude.
You interrupted
I mean,
me. How am I the rude one?
You're extremely rude.
You
kept
interrupted me.
interrupting
How am I the rude one?
Well, just because we disagree, girl, doesn't mean that we have to. We
I
can't
think
be
you're just a
cordial.
snowflake. So let's lock in. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Patty.
Okay, honey. Bye bye.
If you're sensitive of being proven wrong, then you can run.
No, honey, I'm not sensitive. You
You
are.
can run. No, it's okay. You can run.
Listen, I'm
No,
not.
it's okay.
afraid.
You can run.
You asked me a question.
No, baby.
And I'm answering you. I would.
No, baby. But and I was
answering.
answering your statement here, and you got mad, and you interrupted me, and I said, I don't know why you're talking when I was talking, and that
I
was a
didn't get
genuine
mad.
question. Anyway, Let's go on to the next person, guys. If you haven't already, please follow me. Turn on that bell. It tells you every single time I go live, y'all. That was interesting. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. They can always give, but they can't take, and I think that's so interesting.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. Only join the guest request if you support Trump, y'all. Only join the guest request if you support Donald Trump, y'all. Please wait while we get some more people up here. If you do want to support me, my Cash App and Venmo is at that little green circle at the top there. It's the best way to support me because I get 100% of the proceeds, and TikTok takes like 60% of the gifts I get over here, so it's quite tragic. Hi, how old are you? And thank you for the gifts over here as well. Hi, how old are you? All right, let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. All right, y'all, give it a second. That person was here, y'all. Give it a second. In the meantime, you guys, keep double tapping the screen and subscribe. That helps me come on here every single day. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, so do you support Trump?
Yes, so I finally got on your platform. So, you want to know why?
Yeah, why? That's what I asked you.
So, the same conversation you and the lady was having about the COVID vaccine. So, that was a big thing for me. For one, I was kicked out of college.
Dubs.
Two, I feel like, it was
I'm
pretty
sorry, with what
unsafe.
mandate?
So I could not enter the campus, and the class that I had left, was to be done in person. So I'm not saying.
Okay, so I asked you what mandate?
So the mandate was we have to be vaccinated to be on campus.
Okay, so can you tell me when that was? When that mandate for school people, for students to get vaccinated was? Can you tell me when that was?
So that was for college. So that
Okay,
was.
so that wasn't. So what you're telling me is that wasn't Biden.
I didn't say it was Biden. I said.
Okay, so then when I
college.
asked you why you supported Trump, you brought up something that wasn't that wasn't because of either party.
So it was gonna lead to the fact with the conversation with the doctor who also stated that his vaccine was not even evidence-based. There is nothing proven that this vaccine worked, and you can look up your source because that was a big.
I'm proving that the
debate.
vaccine works. Also, do you know how vaccines fight? First of all, Fauci never said that. Okay? Fauci didn't say that. Vaccines do work. He never denied. I'm not going to prove a negative claim. That is on you to prove. You made the claim. Okay? So can you provide me when Dr. Fauci said that there's no basis for vaccines working?
So the thing was, what was asked of him is this an evidence-based vaccine? So just to explain to you what evidence-based mean, it have proven and it is yes that this vaccine does work, and most evidence-based medication or whether therapy or anything, these type of research are done over time. It was too much, which is called a longitude research, which is done over a period of time. And just to tell you, it was too short of a time to come up with a vaccine. Because remember, this is somebody.
Vaccines for the C virus were already in the works for decades previous to the actual pandemic. What actually happened was that the government was able to provide these facilities that were making these vaccines a lot more funding so they can pump them out faster. We had already been researching the C virus for decades.
Which you're 100% true.
That is exact. okay, so then how is it that these I don't know if you're a doctor or I don't know if it's chemistry, I don't know what it is. But like how do you know how long it should take to make a vaccine?
So I'm not a doctor. Just to
Okay,
let
so
you
how long should it take to make a vaccine?
you'd have to ask a doctor that. You cannot.
Okay,
ask,
so you don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, where did Fauci say that vaccines don't have like effectiveness, like the effectiveness of vaccines?
So he didn't basically say that, but it was not evidence based.
Okay,
That's what
so
he-
so evidence based in what? What would be the appropriate evidence for this? Like I
So,
don't know where you're getting. I don't know what you're citing. Tell me what you're citing.
So I can only speak from a clinical perspective.
You're not a doctor. You can't talk from a clinical perspective. Clinical perspectives are for people who work on the clinical spectrum, and you don't. So, so can you go ahead and tell me the source
Well,
that
actually,
you? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. Counselors are not in the clinical space. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead and say what you have to say.
So I'm going to go ahead and ask you for the paper that you're referring to in the case of the C virus, and him saying that its effectiveness was not evidence based.
So that was the big debate that even
So not proven.
even had hold on, because he clearly stated that.
Okay,
it was
where did he state that? Don't I'm gonna you're annoying me. Where did he state that? You keep saying
Me too.
I'm okay. Where did he state that? I'm not asking you to say any other sentence. Where did he state that? You're annoying me now. Where did he state that?
You can basically pull up. You can basically pull
Gal,
up.
where did he
But you can
state
basically
that?
pull it up yourself. But that was
Gal,
a public.
me I gotta ask you, you know. Me I gotta ask you one more time. Where did he
You don't even
state
know what
that?
evidence he
Where did he state that?
You don't even know what evidence.
Okay, so you don't know you don't know what y'all talk about, you know. You don't know what y'all talk about. Where did he state that? I am asking you where you got your information from. Where did he state that?
I'm Jamaican too, so make we go there.
Go on there now. Go on there.
It was not evidence based, Missy.
Where did he say that? Where did he
Not
say that?
evidence, my girl.
I mean, I don't know why you
was
act like you not hear me, you know. Where did he say that? Where did he say that? I don't know why y'all just chat. Where did he say
all
that?
over the news. It's not a
One
research
news.
paper.
One
It was
news.
all over the news. Come
I
on.
want news. I want news.
You know why you have too much brain and you're too smart. But
Me
don't
too. Me
don't
too.
play with me. It was
Too
all
smart.
over the
Chat.
news.
Me too bright. I bright me bright, chat. I bright me bright.
Okay,
Okay, all right. All right, all right, all right.
Every day, so don't play
All
with
right.
me.
Oh man, you're not gonna do. You're not. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. Look, I'm just asking you. I'm just
Over the
asking.
news. It was over the news.
What news?
It was all over the news when they, you know, and they were.
Minute. Okay, just a
hard at him
fool.
too. And they were coming hard at him too. But he, you know, they felt like he did what he did to save life. So a lot of people did support him. But for me, I feel like if something is not evidence-based, me not put in on my body. And that was one thing for me.
So I'm looking this up right now, and he never said that. He has consistently supported the scientific foundation of the vaccines.
Yeah, there is a scientific foundation. That is correct.
That means it was evidence based. You don't. Foundation implies evidence.
Not really. Evidence-based mean it is, let me give you an example of an evidence-based from a clinical perspective, because that's what I know, clinical mental health counseling.
Um, yeah, so again, what you're referring to, like on a very serious note, what you're referring to just doesn't have any basis. There's no source that says that him saying that like these vaccines did not have a scientific basis. They 100% did. What you might be referring to is the 6 feet spacing. That's what you might be referring to, is the fact that the actual argument regarding that virus was the fact that it can spread at most 6 feet, at a 6 feet distance. So he said that people should I don't know what the word is. People should just stay apart 6 feet because they understand that it can spread as closer than 6 feet. That doesn't actually have a scientific basis. That at that time had not actually been tested. That was what was being critiqued, not the vaccines.
So
Social distancing, yeah, thank you.
no, on a serious note, these people were forced to take this vaccine. I'm not saying Biden forced
If you work for the government, yes, they were, and that's a good thing.
How many people you know died? I have a family member. As soon as
I know 2 people who died. My father, like, got extremely sick. I was terrified for him. I know several people who died.
Okay, so you know what happened when I caught the virus? I created my own remedy. You know, we Jamaican, we know everything come from bush. And I detox that foolishness out of my body because I was not taking that medication.
So that's it. You've just described how vaccines work, right? You have literally just described how vaccines work because you're Jamaican, right? You're going to be exposed to a lot of things. You likely had no idea, but you were likely exposed to the virus long before it became an entire pandemic. People were being exposed to the virus before it was a pandemic. So there were some people of whose bodies were able to make antibodies. But that's not what vaccines are for. Vaccines are not for able-bodied people. They're mainly not for the able-bodied. Vaccines are to protect children and immunocompromised people. So you and I, who likely wouldn't need a vaccine, can take on the virus, no questions asked, because our bodies are healthy and we're not immunocompromised. But say my father is immunocompromised. Me and my mother getting the vaccine protects my father because it does not act as like just a shield for one person. It acts as a shield for people who are going to actually die if they get the virus. The more people who get a vaccine, the virus is more likely to come into contact with them and be destroyed in their body before they can pass it on. It's that simple.
That is true. And you do have some factual pointer. You're very smart, educated. I'm so surprised you Jamaican and you're smart like this. Sorry. But I'm just saying that, that was a lot of things that hurt the Democrat. It was the vaccine.
Okay.
Awa.
Well, I'm gonna move on. I appreciate you coming up here. Well, let's just go on to the next. Can I get some reparations, please? Please, chat. Can I? My gifts are quite low. They're quite low. Can I get some reparations, please? Please. Can I get some horse side eye? Thank you. Can I get some horse side eye emojis in the chat if you're a sub, please? Please, I need reparations right now for that. That was crazy. That was crazy, chat. Come on. Okay. Hi, how old are you? Thank you all. Samantha? Okay, that's okay. I always thought the name Samantha was always a really pretty name. Chat? I always thought the name Samantha was a really pretty name. I always thought the name Sam was a pretty name. It's probably why my best friend's name is Sam. I think I'm just biased. I think I'm just biased. Hambles, thank you for the $5. Can I get some Hambles, thank you for the $5. W Hambles. Can I get some reparations in my Cash App Venmo, please? At the top there, please. Because hey, chat. I need restitution. I require restitution immediately on my desk, 5 p.m. Hi, let's go on to the next person, y'all. Only join the guest request if you support Trump, y'all. I think talking about the virus there kind of caused the algorithm to cut me up a little bit, but we're gonna log in. We're gonna log back in. Gonna log back in, chat. Gonna log back in. It's okay, baby. It's okay, chat. It's okay, chat. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Only join the guest request if you support Trump, y'all. Thank you so. Oh, that's a name. It's definitely a name. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Hey, thank you so much for the galaxies, for 2 galaxies.
Jamaicans, man.
Not too much. Hi. How old are you?
38.
Okay, so do you support Trump?
Of course.
Why is that?
I'm an FBA.
FDA?
FBA. You know what it is.
I don't know what that is.
You asking for reparations like you one of us. You're not us. Why you don't get it from the Britons? Then they take over Jamaica. Who took over Jamaica? Who colonized Jamaica?
The same people that colonized America.
No.
Unironically, we were the first ones. What are you talking about?
So
we were unironically the first people in the Atlantic slave trade.
Who paying y'all reparations?
It would be Europe.
Okay, cool. I don't know why you asking the people in your chat. Everybody from Europe in your chat?
What are you chewing on, bro?
Fries.
Dog food? Anyway, if it's shoes, there shouldn't be all that air in your mouth. Lock in, okay? Turn that shit off. Okay. Anyway, so do you support? I don't care. Ew. Anyway, you definitely need reparations, y'all. Gift that man. Hey, chat. Gift that man right now so we can get some good food. Gift that man right now so we can stop eating British slop. Okay. Anyway, so do you support Trump?
Of course.
Thank you. And why is that? I'm going to require you to stop eating when you're talking to me.
For blacks than any other president.
Really quickly, I'm going to require you to be an adult and stop eating when you're talking to me. It messes up people's. You know what? I'm not going to say that.
You a first generation
I'm actually going to mute you. I'm actually going to mute you because I almost said something crazy. I almost said something. I am first generation. I almost said something crazy, chat. Oh, I'm not going to play into that. I almost said something crazy. Oh, thank you. Lolo, I'm the best. I almost wasn't the best. I almost was not the best. I'm not going to say that. I'm black like you. No, you're anyway, not. I am. Lock in. I don't care.
Whole different cultures. Two different
cultures. That's still black.
No, just because you got melanin in your skin.
Hey, man. Don't care. So
stop jacking our style.
Who?
Stop jacking black girls.
Who?
Where your dreads at?
Cares. Anyway, so you just described something from my culture. Anyway, that was crazy. Anyway, so why do you support Trump? There's no way he just described. Anyway, that was crazy. That was wild. Anyway, so can you please why do you support Trump?
Because he wasn't an Indian. He wasn't a first generation American. Like
what are you just like xenophobic? Why is that an issue?
Because
also like wasn't his
too?
Isn't he second generation American?
Y'all leave y'all country and never go back.
Weren't his grandparents immigrants?
Yeah, his dad was born in America.
Oh, so he's also first generation.
No, second generation.
So wait, it's okay if you're second generation but not first generation?
He have history here. You don't.
What's the distinction?
He have some history here.
What? How much history are they required to have?
At least 2 generations.
Why?
Because that means a lot of them don't tear the fabric from America.
How?
Such as when they make money, they go back to their own countries.
No, they don't. Also. No.
And they retire early also.
So wait a minute. Okay, so I think what's actually happening here is you have a fundamental issue with like the black diaspora.
Black diaspora.
I'm not gonna engage with you seriously anymore. What I'm gonna say is I'm gonna be serious because right now you're eating fries from the Poppy store. Okay,
I threw it away already.
So you're clearly not doing that well. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. African American descendants of slavery, your hatred. Stop talking. Your hatred, mods, keep this person muted, please. Your hatred of like non-American black people is rooted in white supremacy and model minority sentiments. And that's all it is. That is all it is. It is the implication that because some black people are not from America, and the fact, what are you laughing at? Matter of fact, I actually don't care. So it's the implication that because black people like my family come to this country with money, of which we actually didn't, and the fact that we are also able to support our families back home because that's what you're supposed to do. Cookie, thank you so much for the $20. I appreciate you. 1 second, I got you. For some reason, a lot of black Americans are taught to like hate us for some reason, and it sparks this xenophobic nature. I want to let you know something. Xenophobia doesn't work for people like you.
It's not South Africa.
Xenophobia doesn't work for you. You don't benefit from it. You don't make any money. You don't go to school because of it. Xenophobia doesn't work for you. What it makes you look like is ignorant because it doesn't benefit you financially and it doesn't benefit you systematically. It does not benefit you. Xenophobia is a product of capitalism. You need to have a group below you in order to be able to commodify them. It does not work for you. So I don't know. I don't. What you're saying here about Kamala Harris being a first generation immigrant doesn't make any sense. Cut that shit out. I don't know when my fellow black people are going to let go of this xenophobic stuff. Let it go. Let it go, bro. It doesn't work for you. You don't get anything from it systematically. You don't get anything from it. Like, lock in. You get nothing from it. Anyway, so you don't care. So why do you support Trump?
South African terms.
Anyway, so why do you support Trump?
Because
why do you support Trump?
Way better, and he locked down a border with a executive order, not a bill.
Okay, so executive orders can be repealed.
To lock down a border. He wrote an executive order.
What's an executive order?
Something that been in place by the president.
Damn. Anyway, so anyway,
that been enforced by the president that had to go through the Senate. That man just wrote an executive order to lock down the border. Biden couldn't do that.
Biden has written executive orders
to open up the border.
Our border has never been closed. It's not closed now. So anyway, so are you pro like economic growth or shrinkage?
I'm more like a conservative progressive, if you know what that means.
That's a contradiction.
Yeah, something like that. I don't want to be stuck. I want to keep moving. And
you unironically can't move
Bitcoins.
with the conservative.
I got a lot of those Trump Bitcoins, and they are booming.
The Bitcoin that crashed?
Yeah, no, not the one that crashed. No,
they've crashed.
Like, for example, I got an FBA Bitcoin. I have a Trump Bitcoin.
So wait a minute.
Jamaica.
Okay, so can you? Why are you being so weird about me being Jamaican right now? Why are you hating that my family has more money?
From Jamaica, I don't know about.
Why are you hating right now? What's going on?
No, because
this is weird.
We went to Kingston, Jamaica. It's like
this is
if
weird.
One parent, like I'm like, damn, why are they still living in shacks? It's 2025. You don't help your people out.
What are you talking? My brother's
why you come here to get an education? Never went back to help your people.
My brother's literally a millionaire in Jamaica.
No.
He doesn't live in those areas.
Oh, please help him out, man, because that shit terrible.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about they living conditions. Because when we went over there, only thing that was good was the resorts. I'm like, okay, nature is beautiful. Okay, all nature is beautiful, but when you go there and look at the people as a whole, like, god damn, why all they eyes dark purple and shit?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Jamaican people as a whole, not individual.
So wait, like, a genuine question: what do Black Americans get out of being xenophobic?
Xenophobic, that is a South African term. Why you keep using that?
That's not a South African term.
We don't.
So what do you guys get out of like hating other Black people?
Because we don't like tethers.
Tethers to who?
We don't like people that leave their culture and look like for example, right? They'll think you a sister, like they'll think you from here, black, like you, but you not though. But you got a glue in.
You want to be from America?
Hold on, wait, you got a sew in. They don't even wear sew ins in Jamaica.
Yes, they do.
Well, they started because our sisters started wearing it, but you know what I mean? Like they don't really wear that.
What are you talking about?
Like they normally have raggedy ass like edges, dreads that stank. I'm like, damn.
Black Americans wear dreads.
No,
okay, so it sounds like. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you one last question before we move on here, and this is gonna determine the state of Black Americans like you in this country.
BA, stand up, man.
How many continents are there?
7.
Right. Can you name them for me?
I can name a few of them.
Damn.
Asia.
That's crazy as fuck.
Africa.
Anyway, so let's go on to the next person. I can name a few of them. Okay, so that's where the hatred stems from. That's where that stems from. That's where that stems from. I wouldn't even call it jealousy. I just think it's just like them aligning themselves with like white supremacy, and thinking that's gonna get them closer to like the sentiments that white people have that they benefit from. But you don't benefit from white supremacy because you're not white. Hi, how old are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to request.
It's all right, y'all. Y'all join the guest. Oh, sorry. Join the guest request if you support Trump, y'all. And also, can I get some more reparations, please? Hey, reparations on my desk right now. Why are Jamaicans and black people like what's going on? What did I do? What did I do? What's going on? Whoa. Okay. All right, Dustin, that's another one. Thank you. That's another one. Thank you. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. That's another one. Thank you. I love Jamaicans too. I just don't like Jamaica. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. Remember, guys, only join the guest request if you support Trump. Hi, how old are you? That's another one. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on? What do you think about your fellow TikToker Harry?
I blocked Harry way before any of this happened. I've never aligned myself with him.
You were with Dean though, right? Or did they disown you?
They disowned me? Did they own me? I don't think they're allowed to do that anymore.
Oh yeah, I guess they got rid of that. But
Who?
Dean? You know him?
Who?
Dean and Parker.
Who?
You know Parker?
Who?
The super
cares?
Who cares? I don't know. It's pretty popular. It's on Newsmax and shit.
Chinara, thank you so much for the $5. That's another one. Thank you. Anyway, so what's T? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, so kinda or not at all?
I mean, I don't know. I want him to be like much more far right. Like I don't think he's like.
Okay, so why do you support Trump?
Because it's like the only option. It's because it's like moving the ball down the field. It's like
Yo, Lasky, thanks so much for the
what we want, you know, like in football.
Yeah, so that's vague.
Ball down the field.
Yeah, that's vague. Can you continue?
Yeah, we supported Trump because we pretty much just hate liberalism. Right?
Yeah, I don't like liberals either.
Ideas.
You don't like progressive ideas? You believe in like stagnating like the economy and things like that?
Well, when I say progressive ideas, we don't think of like crashing the economy, right?
Yeah, but like it is progressive ideas that quite literally protect the economy.
Okay, like give an example.
Well, like things like the stimulus package. Even under Donald Trump, it was Democrats who voted for it.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't support like liberal progressivism. Like we support. Like,
yeah, I don't support liberals either.
Okay.
Right. So why do you support Trump?
We don't. Like I said, I'm not really like a big Trump person.
All right, let's go on to the next person. That was lame. That was weak. Let's go on to the next person. Y'all only join the guest. I don't know. I didn't ask. Let's go on to the next person. Only join the guest request if you support Donald Trump, y'all. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Like what? Anyway, hi, how old are you? He didn't expect for me to talk to him. I guess. Thirza? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for the $5. Another one. Thank you. Thank you all so much.
You ain't getting a check, bitch. Fuck that.
All right, let's go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more debates in. I don't know why my people are attacking me right now. Getting kind of scared. Hi, how old are you? Oh,
Hey.
okay, period. Oh, sorry. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Only join the guest request if you support Trump. Hi, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 22.
Okay, so do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do actually.
Why is that?
For me, I think it was a choice between the two options, and I think I preferred Trump. I'm not sure whether if there was another option, I would have chosen Trump.
Okay, so the question is why. I already the reason people vote is because they prefer one candidate over another. I can assume that by virtue of you voting for Trump, and you don't need to explain to me the obvious. I don't know why you guys keep doing that. It's very obvious. The question is why.
Well, I like his viewpoint on certain things, like for me, abortion, the immigration thing. I also feel that he has quite a good leadership stance in terms of certain matters. So for me, that was why I went for Trump.
Okay, so let's talk about abortion. Do you believe less or more babies should die?
I think less babies should die.
Okay, so then why is it that under Roe v. Wade, that less babies died and less people got abortions?
Because I think sometimes when something becomes more of a choice, we maybe look into it a bit more and decide really whether it's something that we want.
Right, so then you're saying that his stance on abortion literally causes for more babies to die?
No, because at the same time too, when you give people a choice, you're also giving people the opportunity to also do the other thing as well. So.
But wait a minute, but he's taking away said choice, so that means that people actually don't think about it? You just disproved your own point.
No, what I'm saying is that if you have a choice to do something, you're going to feel a bit more liberated to say, okay, maybe I want to, or maybe I don't want to.
Exactly, you're proving my point right now.
No, I'm not.
You unironically are. You're literally proving my point by giving people the choice in this type of healthcare. They are literally able to think about it more, and they are less likely to do it given the graphs.
I didn't say they're less likely to.
They are less likely to do it. Less babies died and less people got abortions.
But what's that data based on?
Less people dying and less people getting abortions. The rate in which people with uteruses were getting abortions.
If something was illegal, then how are we making sure that we recorded it accurately?
It wasn't illegal. That was the point. That's why we were able to so accurately test for it. Right? But with the actual revocation of Roe v. Wade, there was an uptick in deaths, prenatal deaths.
Well, for me, I felt like if you give people a choice,
your feelings are wrong, and you're proving my point.
Well, I felt if you don't give people a choice, then you don't open yourself for the opportunity of either one.
You're losing steam, so I need you to speak up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I said, for me, although what I said earlier is that when you give people a choice, then they're likely to do either one. But then I also
they're less likely to do the former when you give them a choice.
Slip of tongue. When you give people a choice, they can choose which one they want to do. However, when you remove the option of the choice, then you're removing one of the options. So then
no, not at all. People do not stop getting abortions when Roe v. Wade was, finished being enacted. People either. I'm not done speaking. Right. So then you just agreed. Then you disproved your own point. You just conceded for the second time.
No, I'm not, because that's like saying that.
I'm gonna finish what I was saying. Let me finish what I was saying. So in regards to this, no, more people just died, right? Because abortion care is not just about I got pregnant and I don't want to have this baby. Abortion care also accounts for things like miscarriages. So more people were dying and more babies were dying, right? More viable fetuses were dying because people were unable to get care they needed to be able to expel the fetus so that it can be cared for outside of the womb.
But that's a different issue altogether.
No, it is not. It is under the same issue.
The reason why it's not the same in terms of this argument is because you can't.
It is literally okay. So I'm going to go ahead and explain this to you. The only piece of legislation regarding the pregnant body. Stop talking. The only piece of legislation regarding the female body in this country is Roe v. Wade. It accounts for things like miscarriages and anything that regards the mother's life and the fetus's life. That is the only piece of legislation that you can be talking about. It is not two different things. It is the exact same thing. You cannot stop people from getting abortions and then also not stop people from getting prenatal care. Okay? They are the same thing. Under the legislator, they are the same thing. Okay? You can separate them morally all you want, but under law, they are the same thing. Do you understand?
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay. So you voting for Donald Trump because you want less babies to die cause for more babies to die. Okay? Okay? Less babies were dying and less people were getting abortions under Roe versus Wade. Okay? So if you have this thing where you wanted to protect babies, it doesn't make any sense to make it so that more mothers are dying. That equals less baby. Okay? Do you want to move on to immigration?
Sure, go on.
Okay. So do you want in terms of immigration, what about immigration did you want?
I did like the idea of stronger borders and national security, and also obviously that leading to economic stability and fairness to some degree, and also national sovereignty as well.
Right. So when regarding like economic stability and things like that, do you know how much of the economy that immigrants, whether legal or illegal, take up?
Not the exact figures. I think when I read
it's about 20%.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, do you think it would cost more or less money to deport people or to give them a path to citizenship?
I think to deport people.
It would cost more money. Okay. So not only would it cost more money to deport these people, but it would also lessen the 20% that upholds our economy. So if that's the case, is that not the United States just hemorrhaging money?
Yes and no.
Okay. So what about no? What does that mean?
Because I think for the no, obviously not every immigrant that comes into the country is going to add to the good, for lack of a better word, of that country. Some people would just come in, and some people are not able to work. Some people are for quite a long time, and the country would have to uphold them and support them through that.
Most immigrants who come into this country are here for work.
Not
most
all.
of them. That's why I didn't say all. I said most of them. That's why they take up 20% of our economy. Them come here to work, explicitly to work. Right? Saying that some of them don't come here to work doesn't mean anything, because they still uphold 20% of our economy. And so if we get rid of these people, especially the illegal ones, right? We are literally hemorrhaging money by sending out people who can only put into our economy and then spending extra money to get them out. That hemorrhages money.
But then two things. Number one, if they're coming into work, why don't they come in legally? And two, when most people that come into the country illegally then can't actually contribute to the country, because, for example, let's say if they've got
they do contribute. They actually like statistically contribute more because they don't get anything back. As citizens of the United States, we get like things like Social Security, refunds on our taxes. Illegal immigrants get none of that. And because they are a part of like the lower and middle class, they take up like most of the money that they make is spent on goods and services. The goods and services sector of our economy takes up most of our economy, which means that they only put money into our economy and get nothing back from it. They pay taxes when they buy goods and services and they get nothing back from it. So they explicitly hemorrhage money into our economy. Right? But also this question of why don't they just come here legally? Most illegal immigrants do come here legally through visas. They just overstay, right? But also, if you're talking about like people coming through like the southern border, you could be referring to the fact that like our citizenship system is long and convoluted. Okay? People don't have the time to just wait. It's either they come here legally and find a job where they can support their family, or they die. So would you rather people die?
Absolutely not. But also, too, they put a strain on the rest of the people in the country.
They unironically do not. If it is the case that they hemorrhage money into our economy, they unironically make it easier for you. It is impossible. It is literally impossible for them to make it harder for you.
It is. for example, illegal and low-wage immigrant labor drives down the wages for other working-class people. Because, for
So wait a
example,
minute. Are you punishing the people and not the companies that are paying them a non-livable wage? That doesn't make any sense. So wait a minute. You're saying that we should punish these people, spend more money, and hemorrhage money out of our economy to send them back to whatever country they came from, instead of giving them citizenship so they have bargaining power to force companies to pay them a livable wage because they're citizens?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when, let's say you're illegal, right, and you come to me as a business owner, and I can pay you less than I have to pay someone else, then obviously...
No, I understood your point, genius. I understood your point, okay? What you are saying is that we should spend more money sending these people out of the country on planes that cost a lot of money. Sending these people out of the country via planes or cars or whatever kind of transportation, then just giving them citizenship and allowing them the bargaining power to tell their employers, I want to get paid this much. I don't think you understand what you're saying. It costs more money to deport these people than to just give them citizenship. If your issue is the fact that they are taking lower wage, then why not just incentivize for them to have higher wages by, I don't know, giving them the bargaining power of citizenship?
But then if we did give them citizenship, or the visa, and they overstayed, then why don't they just reapply?
A lot of people just don't reapply because they're already in the country. And again, these people, like Elon Musk, for example, or Ivanka Trump, you don't care. You walk past these people every day. You don't care.
But you can't say that because something is like benefiting you on the side, you're then just going to forego your laws and your systems.
The laws in our systems don't make sense. The laws in our system are anti-capitalist.
But that's not for us to debate, because
it unironically is for us to debate. That's why we're up here. That's why I'm talking to you right now. Are you saying that we can't debate the legislation in our country regarding capitalism? What is it, God?
That is not what I just said. What I'm saying is we can't, on the issue of the immigration, we can't say, well, because our laws and system is bad, then just don't go buy it or follow it.
Unironically, that's how American values work.
If we were to do that, then the people that are running from their country to come to America, then why don't they just stay in their country and debate the laws there?
Because their countries will unironically kill them. We are protected by a constitution. And by virtue of them coming, I'm not done speaking. And by virtue of them coming here, they would also be protected by our constitution. That's why they opt to come here. Their countries don't have an American constitution. Their countries will just put them in jail. Their countries will just unalive them. Doesn't matter. Are you good?
I don't think you're really listening to what I'm saying.
I don't think you know how any of this works. I think you did. I think there was an attempt. But I don't think you know how any of this works.
I literally have a master's in economics. So
get a refund right now.
Pardon?
Get a refund right now. Because this was bad. Okay? This was bad. You are pro-hemorrhaging money out of a country you're not even from. For the sake of what? You've conceded to every point I've made.
No, I haven't. You just don't listen.
No. Okay, so does it cost more or less money to deport people?
I've already said it costs more. I said that first.
Exactly. Okay, so do immigrants only put money into society when they buy things? Can they get government subsidies? Can they get Social Security? Can they get any of these things from the government?
No, they cannot.
Okay, so if it is the case that immigrants put more into the economy than they can ever take out because they literally can't, right? How is it the case that it is like economically feasible and responsible to hemorrhage money out of our society of people who are literally money funnels?
Because number one,
does that leave us with less or more money overall?
Because three things. Number one, not every immigrant can take more.
Most immigrants do this. Most of them do this, okay? You saying not all is not a rebuttal. Lock the fuck in. Lock in. Okay? Your professor would kick you out of a room. okay, saying that not all of them do this. Provide me the, actually no, fuck it. Provide me the ratio right now. Provide me the ratio of working to non-working immigrants. You would not believe. You would not believe. You would not believe. I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question for you. Okay? Of immigrants who entered this country, 3% of them do not work. 3%. Count them. 3, not 1, not 5, not 4, not 10, not 20, not, okay? Not 30, not 70. 3% do not work. That means of natural born citizens in the United States, people not from here are more likely to have a job and work and actually engage in our economy than people who live here. They uphold a majority of our economy.
They do uphold a majority.
They literally make life easier for the rest of us. We don't even have to work. Come on now.
It's not 3%.
Oh, so the Bureau of Labor Statistics is just lying?
The literal migration observatory says that it's 81.9% of them that work.
As of 2023, the unemployment rate among foreign-born individuals in the United States was approximately 3.6%.
Focusing on the first quarter of 2024, approximately 81.9% of individuals that migrated to the country of America are working.
That's still significant. Do you think that disproves my point?
No, I'm just saying that it wasn't 3%.
As of 2023. Hey, my guy. As of 2023. Which one are you reading? Are you also reading from the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
No, I'm reading from the Migration Observatory.
I'll grant you the 80%. Now what? Now what? Does that harm my argument? You're helping me cook.
I'm waiting for your next question.
No. I'm asking you how this harms my argument. I'm confused because we have Politico, other stuff. We have sources from Politico. But you know, it's fine. It's whatever. I'll grant you 80%. I will grant you 80%.
I said to you that it didn't harm your argument already.
Okay, hold on, chat. Cook, thank you for the $25 cash. That's another one. Thank you. Yeah, so what's the sitch? That still proves my argument. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for conceding. So now we can move on.
Yep.
Okay. So you then spoke about Donald Trump's leadership skills.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about his leadership skills do you appreciate?
For me, what I noticed with Joe Biden in the past presidency is that he came across as very much scripted. Like nothing really came across as if it's what he wanted to do or what. He didn't really seem like he had a strong stance on anything, to be honest. Whereas with Donald Trump, although he does a lot
Wait, can you give an example of something he had a finicky stance on?
So, for example, I was watching an interview and he was asked about what was it he was asked about? Yeah, he was asked about the economy, and I think the interviewer was saying to him that, listen, in the past couple of years, the economy has gone down, etc. I was giving him some statistics and etc. And he asked him that, what's your viewpoint on this? What do you plan to do? Like, what's your opinion? And he wasn't really able to say.
Can you tell us what interview it was? We can actually pull it up. We can all watch it together.
I was watching it on CNN. I would remember when it was now.
Do you know what year it was?
About a year or two ago.
Like 2023?
Yeah, I think so.
When I started this administration, people were saying there's going to be a collapse in the economy. We have the strongest economy in the world. Let me say it again, in the world.
Although GDP last week was far short of expectations.
Oh, it wasn't. Look, GDP is still growing. Look at the response of the markets. Overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive. And one of the reasons why people feel good about it not being as strong as it was before is they believe that the Fed's going to respond.
They hope they're going to get a rate cut.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, no president's had the run we've had in terms of creating jobs and bringing down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office. 9%. But look, people have a right to be concerned. Ordinary people. The idea that you bounce a check and you get a $30 fee for bouncing the check, I changed that. You can't charge more than $8. That. Or
Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. I feel really bad. I feel really bad. My Shayla. My Shayla. So for anyone watching over at YouTube, bro just left. He left a bit. My Shayla. My shit, come back. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I actually feel really bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I actually feel really bad. I cooked them so hard. Let's go to the next person. I feel really bad. I feel really bad, actually. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Cool. So, do you support Trump?
I do, of course.
Why is that?
I just think he's better, man. I don't like the DEI situation. I don't like all that. That's my big issue.
Stop. Define DEI.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I didn't ask you to define what the acronym means. I'm asking you to describe. Oh, shh.
Okay.
I'm asking you to describe what DEI is, not what the words are. Okay? Because I promise you, you don't know what any of those three words mean. Okay? So
Diversity,
what does DEI?
equity, and inclusion?
Yeah, define them actually. Yeah, define.
I don't know what you mean.
Damn. Anyway, so thank you for proving my point. So can you go ahead and define DEI as, a practice?
Yeah, so it's putting people in place that otherwise wouldn't have that place just because they think that they don't have like the given rights to do it or something. Like they can have all the resources and all the background and everything to do it, but they just don't have the chance to.
No.
Okay, go ahead and explain it to me, Tashika.
You got a problem?
Did I say I did?
Why'd you say my name like that?
Because I can.
Yeah. So how about you? Like, I'm gonna require for you, if we're gonna continue this conversation, for you to lock in, because it seems like you know who I am, right? Because my name isn't Tashika at the top. There's Julianne, so you must be a fan. Okay. So you commenting and just randomly saying my ethnic name from Jamaica is weird. Don't say it like that. Anyway, you know, okay, let's lessen up the jawline on the K, okay? Because I know y'all like those. Anyway, like I was saying before, yeah, so DEI ensures that anyone who is hired into a given position is literally the most qualified. There are particular positions that require a level of, say, experience, and a lot of these experiences would come with people who are of a certain race or things like that. But DEI is not about hiring people, right? Things like ramps to get into buildings is DEI. Okay? Things like Braille on an elevator is DEI. Okay? It makes sure that all people within society have equal role to play, right? Using the strategy of equity. Okay? It's not even a hiring practice.
Okay.
So can you go ahead and can you go ahead and prove to me that, like, can you go ahead and give me an example of a company that employed DEI that became less effective?
Well, we can go with airlines.
Really?
That's a big one. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, cite that right now.
Absolutely.
With all the plane crashes, what were the identities? Since that's what you seem to care about. What were the identities of the people?
Do you know the identities?
Yes, they were unironically all white men. Okay, so can you go ahead and provide me an example of I'm not gonna lie to you, and just from my own personal experiences, when I was flying home from Jamaica, right? When I went to Jamaica, nothing but turbulence on these flights. Nothing but turbulence on these flights. Okay. I mean, they were zipping and zapping all across that 30,000 peak that we were at. Okay. When I was coming home from Jamaica, okay, we flew through a lightning storm. The pilot was an Indian man. Smoothest plane ride I had ever been on in my days of flying. Okay. It felt like I was on a train, on a nice little car ride. He flew straight through the storm. There was lightning out of my window. Couldn't even feel it. He ate that the fuck up. Okay. Anyway, so provide me the airline in which acts of DEI cause less efficiency.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
Actually, when I got off that plane, I looked that little brown man in the eye. I said, I would follow you into hell. Anyway, go ahead.
It's not what I'm trying to say. So
No. We're not pivoting. We're not pivoting. We're not pivoting. I already asked you for a source, and you said airlines. Provide me the airline right now. Provide me the airline right now. Provide me the airline. You said airlines. Provide me the airline.
There's Spirit Airlines. Spirit's bad.
Okay, so Spirit Airline. Okay, so can you find me the source that says after enacting DEI, Spirit Airlines became bad? Because I fly Spirit, and they're pretty good.
Spirit's the worst airline.
No, they're worse because they're cheaper and they have a lot of delays. But their planes are fine and their pilots are fine.
So you like cheap flights?
Yeah, if they're gonna get me where I need to go, why do you spend a bunch of money? What I'm talking about.
Why wouldn't you? You don't have the money?
No, I do have the money, but it doesn't make sense to spend a bunch of money if they're gonna get me to the same place.
Okay, so what I'm saying.
Okay, so anyway, I asked you for a source. Provide me the source that Spirit Airlines employed DEI and then became less efficient.
Okay, you know I can't, so.
Okay, because it doesn't exist. Okay, so then provide a source of a company that employed DEI and became less efficient.
I think we're skipping over the actual.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut you off again. And I'm going to give you one more chance because you came in here and made a positive claim. And unless you concede on the fact that DEI does indeed cause for more efficient more workforce efficiency, then we're not going to move on. You made the claim that that DEI causes for efficiency to decrease in a workplace. Provide me with the source. And yes, I am going to keep cutting him off if he keeps trying to pivot. I am going to keep doing that. Okay? So when you unmute, I'm going to require you to go find a source. I'll give you some time. Okay? I got you. I got you, brother. I'll give you some time. I got you so well.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. And you better cook too. And you better cook. Bust a move, Chad. Oh my god, it's another Julie in the chat. Bust a move, Chad. Bust a move. Also, guys, I'm trying to get to 200K on my account. Follow me. Follow me. Yo, $50, y'all, he calls me a slur. $50, he calls me a slur, chat. $50 bet he calls me a slur. You put 100, crazy. You got one more round of music. You got one more round of music, bro.
Alright.
Okay, did you find one?
I did. So Walmart and Pepsi.
Okay, so you're referring to companies who got rid of DEI. Efficiency.
Yeah, so why do you think they did that?
Because companies are racist and white supremacy is predicated off of lies. So can you provide me the source that said that these companies became...
Racist. Prove to me that those companies are racist.
Because they got rid of DEI.
But that makes them racist.
Unironically, yes.
No, maybe it makes them more efficient.
Okay, so then provide that source. That's what I just asked you for. Let's put the music back on again.
maybe.
No. Oh. So what you're saying is that you don't know? Is that you did not find a source?
No, I'm saying I did for Walmart and Pepsi.
No, you didn't. You just found two companies who got rid of DEI. It said nothing about their efficiency.
No, they were forced to before Trump was in office. They were forced.
Good. They were forced to make more money? Oh my god, chat. Oh my god. Chat, the government was forcing these multi-billion-dollar companies to fucking make more money.
Hey.
No!
Listen to what I have to say,
Like, lock the fuck in, bro. You still didn't provide a source.
trying to-
Anyway, stop talking. What's up, Jaden? What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
What'd you come here for? What's up?
Oh, I was just was scrolling and heard the DEI argument. I wanted to hear
Yeah.
what his
You want to talk to him?
his talking points were. Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah. You can talk to Jaden now. I'm
Okay.
gonna do girly pop things.
Let's see how
Do
much
your
money
thing.
they all lost. That both those companies lost within the last 4 years. Go ahead and look it up.
Yeah, go try to find
Yeah,
some losses.
Target
on
has
that.
lost a cumulative $14 billion since its reversal of DEI programs.
Hey, give me source. Give me the source.
Yeah, 1 second. Business Insider.
Absolutely. And I'll give you the source for Walmart and Pepsi. How much
It's
they
not
lost in the
soda,
last 4
chat.
years.
It's poppy. It's prebiotic soda. I love poppy. I've actually replaced all of my soda intake with poppy, and I've actually lost a lot of weight.
Let's see here. Since ending its DEI initiatives, Target has experienced a 3.1% decrease in net sales to $30.9 billion in the fourth quarter compared to the previous year, along with the 21.3% decrease in operating income to $1.5 billion. Target takes hit. This is from the Charlotte Post. This was a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. $12.4 billion in lost revenue after boycott. Okay. So what's new with you?
You know, I'm actually doing really well. You know, and how you been doing? I thought about you later. Forgot to text you
I'm
last
doing
night.
well, actually. I actually have something I wanted to show you. I got a loot crate from BT Plus, Philadelphia-based merch. There's a shirt, a 76 shirt, and there's this this Eagles jacket.
Alrighty.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. No.
No source.
All right, guys. So listen.
Prodigal
so
son.
in the last 4 years, do you know how much Walmart made? Take a guess.
Wait, what's your argument? What's your
Take a
argument?
guess. Well, you'll hear. Just take a guess how much they made in the last 4 years.
Are you gonna say
In the
they
last
made
4
more money?
years?
Yes.
Let's see here. I don't know. What years are we going off
I'm
of?
sorry, didn't they make record profits during the pandemic?
Right after COVID, yeah.
Right. So was that yeah, so pre-DEI. Are you saying that they made more money after getting rid of DEI?
They've made more money each year, though. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've always been
They
breaking
made more
profit.
money because after COVID. They didn't make more money because of after DEI. So
that's your
wait,
argument.
That's just your argument, though. So then why'd you bring them up?
yeah, I brought them up because 2016 through 2019 they made
You
way
said
more.
the last 4 years.
That's not
Yeah.
2016, brother. You can't do math, huh?
It's not 2016. You're right. It's 2020 through 2024.
Okay, 2021, 555 billion. 2022, 567 billion. 2023, 605 billion. 2024, 642 billion. Seems
Yes.
to be going up.
So the 4 years before that.
You're saying it was higher those 4 years? Let's look at macro trends.
Isn't that during their DEI?
.net, excuse me.
I'm so
It would
confused.
be.
Like, what is your argument here?
What the fuck?
My argument is DEI is stupid. I already told you that.
We
Yeah, but you
got
haven't been able to
that,
prove
but
it.
substantiate that,
You
please.
haven't been able to prove it. I don't care about your opinion. I'm just gonna assume that you're like a Nazi. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care.
All right, putting people in places of we're just going to talk about work. We're not going to talk about
No,
jail.
no,
Okay.
no,
yes.
It
no.
actually took a dip in profit under Trump.
Can you provide a source, like, for once? Like, I don't understand why you guys just can't admit when you're just wrong.
I can.
You're
can do
wrong. Do it.
I'm talking about DEI in the workplace is stupid.
You're wrong.
Okay, that is the claim. Make the argument.
I can't. I keep getting overtalked over.
No, you weren't.
No, the fuck you haven't.
What are you talking about? We've been silent this whole time.
Okay, so DEI in the workplace is stupid. Therefore, making companies
That
hire-
is an argument. That is a
It's not an
claim.
argument.
That's, like, what are you talking about?
Let me finish my statement. Damn.
No, we already know what your stance is. We asked you for a source. You don't have to repeat your entire fucking. I don't care about your premise. I don't care about your premise. I'm asking you to provide a source. We're not going back to the whole beginning of the conversation just because you can't grab. I have a sweat stain.
I'm saying hiring somebody because their skin color is stupid. It makes
That's
zero
not what they
sense.
do.
That's not what they
It
do.
is
That's not
what
what
they do.
DEI is. You don't know what DEI is.
Can you prove that?
Can I prove that it's stupid?
No, can you prove that people are hired based on the sole premise of what color their skin is?
DEI, bro. That's literally like
That's not what
That's
DEI
circular.
is.
Show me the process, okay? Where it's mandated that they have to hire a certain amount of black people. That's your claim, right?
Now we know that's so true. Come on. Come on.
I prove that it's true. I could just say we all know unicorns are true. That's not evidence of itself.
That's exactly. They force people to hire for DEI.
Who's
DEI
they?
Who is they? The government?
The government. The literal
They
government.
force
Can you
companies
show
to
me-
make more money?
Can
Or
you
do they
show
give
me
them
a
incentives?
governmental- Yeah, a
Are you
government
requ-
contract that
Yeah.
mandates this.
Incentives are not mandates. They're incentives.
But-
and incentives literally mean that these companies make more money on top of making more money by making themselves more accessible.
Okay, Tashika, you tell me why. If a company had to hire you just to get more money, why the hell would they hire you? Why? That kind of makes you
Because they literally make more money
slave?
because I am because I am also the top at my job. That's what DEI is. DEI literally ensures that the most qualified people get hired or get into any kind of organization, or the fact that disabled people can even be accessed in these spaces.
Okay, so if me and a black man have the same resume,
Black man and I.
if a black if a black man and I had the same resume, but I had one more degree than him, or whatever, just one more notch on my belt than him, he's gonna get hired before me.
No,
He's not.
He's not.
He
You're
is.
gonna get hired.
They're not going to usurp some kind of degree field just to hire somebody else. Like you
Like
have
what?
to have these prerequisites.
Okay, so I have more.
It might be like a 1 point difference in
Wait a minute.
GPA.
Stop it right now. Provide me evidence where that's ever happened. Provide me evidence where it has ever happened that they hired someone lesser qualified because of their skin color. right now.
Donald Trump, of course.
I think the assumption is that like black people are just going to have less. I think you're just racist. I think the assumption is that no one other than a white man is going to be more deserving of a high wage job, because you just, for some reason in your hypothetical, put the black person in the lower state of like education for no reason, when they're like the people who are going to college the most right now. So what are you talking about?
They're going to college the most because they get in the most because there's DEI.
Source that right now.
It's
if anything, after getting rid of affirmative actions, black people started going to college more.
What?
You know who was affected by it? White women and Asian people. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, guess who pays for black people's college most of the time?
Black
The
people.
state. The state.
No.
What?
Where are you getting this
They
information
pay for
from?
white people too.
Are you talking about like grants and scholarships? Yeah.
Yes.
They
Black
pay
people
for
get
white people too.
Significantly more grants and scholarships than white people.
Oh,
Significantly
source.
more.
Source. You mean because we go to school more?
Because you're allowed more. You are given more.
We were given more
You're
because
given
we
more
go
of
to
an
school
opportunity.
more.
No, you're given more because of an opportunity to go to school.
You think black people only go to school because they're given opportunities to do so? Do these people genuinely think black people are like inept in
I know,
every
it's just
regard?
the infantilization.
It's just racism, bro.
Right.
It's
That
just
we can't do
racism.
anything until people give us something.
Yeah. Everything is just awarded to us. Is that what you think?
I'm about to hurt this fucker's feelings real quick.
Hold on, Jaden. Careful.
All right, I'm about to
Take-
care of scholarships because they make up a bigger portion of the college population. According to a 2011 analysis by Mark Karnczewitz, white students were 62% of the student population at the time, received 76% of all institutional merit-based scholarships and private scholarship funding.
Why is he teacups? He's looking for a source that doesn't exist. His whole argument is just predicated off of the fact that he thinks that black people are inferior. That's all it is.
I don't think black people are more inferior.
No, you do. You do.
No, I don't.
Your hypothetical literally showed off your bias. Given
No,
the
it's-
fact that
it's-
again,
it's
stop
both
talking.
ways.
Actually, I don't know why you're talking when I'm talking.
It's
So
both ways.
I don't know why you're talking when I'm talking.
Because I can.
I don't know why you're
appreciate
talking
First
when I'm
Amendment.
talking. I don't know why you're
First
talking when I'm
First
talking.
Amendment. First Amendment.
That's not what First Amendment means.
Yeah, it is.
No,
What's First
It
because
applies to government.
yeah, government. Because if I go like this, you can't take me to jail for that. You can't take me to court for this. If I you can't kick me, like if I kicked you from the live, you're not going to be able to take me to court and win. Okay? So I need you to like lock in and learn to read. I know a lot of your kind doesn't know how to do that, but like that's not what the First
That's
Amendment
insane. You're racist as shit.
is. Yup. Anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. Clip that, chat. Clip that.
Okay, you done?
Like
No, Tashika's racist. Tashika's
Dubs.
racist. Somebody clip that.
Dubs.
Somebody clip it. Oh, but you're going to talk about me being racist, but you want to be racist.
Yes.
But it's fine for you to be racist.
You guys like can't read.
It's fine for you to be racist, right?
Can you tell me what claim have you proven so far since you've been here?
No, I'm on this. Why are you racist, Tashika?
Hang on, nah. She can't be racist. She's black.
Like,
Black people can't be racist.
No,
No.
because
What is the
racism
actual
is a
definition of
system.
racism?
Ism is a system,
No.
okay?
No,
We can't
racism-
practice that because we're
racism
not in
can be
power.
personal. Racism can be personal.
No, that's prejudice.
that's
Racism requires
What's the actual
system.
definition of racism?
Christ. Power plus prejudice.
yeah.
All right, somebody give me the definition of racism, please.
I just did.
Right now. No, say it. The actual definition, not your
I
interpretation.
just did.
Do you want
Okay,
us
say
to
it again.
regard? Do you want us to regard the Oxford definition? You do know that Oxford definitions don't actually give real definitions, right? They give colloquial definitions. Do you know what the word colloquial means? You probably don't, because you're, that.
Do you know what the Oxford definition of the N-word is?
Are you gonna prove my point right now?
You've researched this a lot, haven't
Are
you?
you gonna prove my point right now? are you dead ass gonna prove my point right now?
I'm dead ass not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you're a pussy. Anyway, so like I was saying before, yeah. So do you know what the word colloquial? Ah, you're mad. You're mad. Anyway, so do you know what the word colloquial means?
I do not.
Okay, so I know. Right, because you guys typically can't read. So, colloquial means how a word is used socially, not reflecting the actual definition of the word. Okay? So,
Okay.
racism under the Oxford definition is simply hating someone for someone's skin. That's how people typically use it. That's not the actual definition of racism, right? Minorities cannot be racist because they are minorities. They don't have
That makes
systemic
no
power.
sense. That makes zero sense. Zero.
What doesn't make sense about it?
Dude, if you are racist towards somebody, it's
Dude.
because of their skin color.
No.
Yes, it is. If you're gonna,
Okay,
if you,
so
if you sit here and call me a honky,
I don't know.
that's
I don't.
racist.
No, it's not. Anyone. can
Yes,
do
it
that.
is.
Like, what are you talking about? It's not racist because, like, what, like, how does that affect you systemically? Does that stop you from getting a job? Does that change the way people view you? Does that?
Okay, if I call you the N-word, does it stop you from getting a job? Does it stop you-
Unironically, yes.
How? Tell me how. Tell me
Because
how.
because that word implies systemic pressure of black people, right? Do you think like you just saying it doesn't play into like an overall bigger system? The fact that you have used the word to dehumanize me causes it to be so. It implies that you have like some negative attitudes towards black people, and you share those negative attitudes with other people, right? And so those negative attitudes actually spread throughout society, which gives you systemic power when you use that
I have
word.
nothing against black people. If a black person is better than me,
I
at a
don't
job,
care what you think. You don't think that black people can be better than
Wait,
me.
but
That's
you
why.
don't hold that
that's
to be
why.
true when it comes to
Hold a
DEI.
minute. The fact that you're saying if a black person is better than you, the fact that you're regarding it as a hypothetical is fucking crazy. I promise you, everyone's better than you. So let's lock in. Okay?
I'm saying in a certain position.
You're
So
the fact you guys
obviously,
only
I'm not a
talk
better
about
ball
black
player.
people being better than you in a hypothetical. Okay.
I'm not a better ball player.
You
than
only,
Mookie
but
Betts.
you, yep, everyone's
Of course they're
every
good at,
every
of course
black
they're good
person.
at basketball.
What are you talking about?
That's not.
Why did you bring up basketball? Bro's so
It's not
racist.
basketball.
He's so racist,
That's
chat.
baseball. That's baseball. Come on, guys.
He's so racist. Anyway,
No, you're supposed to.
you haven't been
It's
able to
Mookie Betts.
you haven't been able to
Mookie Betts plays
substantiate.
for the Dodgers.
No one cares. No one cares. So you haven't been able to substantiate any claim that you've given here. Like literally zero.
Saying DI is stupid. I'm saying hiring somebody.
It's
You
a
think
claim.
yeah, it's a claim. Okay, that's not an actual source, nor does it prove anything, right? I can say that I think that like white tea people are like the bane of this country. I was
Damien, you're a goat, bro. You're a goat. Sorry, that's my buddy on TikTok.
Okay. You done?
Wow. Are you good?
I'm wonderful. I just love
Okay.
people sending me gifts. Makes my
That's
heart
great.
all.
You can kiss them later. Now, if you want to actually answer or respond to any of the claims that you've made, that'd be great. Just any kind of backing, any kind of source, any kind of stat, whatever you have would be wonderful.
Can you stop chewing? Are you good?
Sorry, I'm eating my calzone.
Yeah, chill out.
Chill out.
It's like you're chewing on your tongue. Stop eating.
What's wrong
Like,
with eating?
Are you guys not taught like basic like social respect? Stop eating when you're talking to people. Stop eating. This is what I mean when I say you're the bane of this country. Stop eating.
You yell at people,
Stop
so
eating.
what's the difference?
And I'm not eating. So stop
but-
talking.
but you
Stop
do.
chewing when you're talking to people.
You yell at people.
It's
so
that
what's the
simple. Stop chewing when you are speaking to people.
Tashika, what's the difference between you
Okay, let's
yelling
go on to the next person. This guy doesn't know like basic self-respect. Let's go on to the next person, y'all.
Oh,
Hi,
my bad.
Obi.
I thought it would be funny if a third
Thank you, I
black person came in and educated him on racism. That's
no, it's okay. I appreciate you. Thank you. I
Come on,
appreciate
hear
you,
him out.
baby. Look, we don't have to prove ourselves to these people. They're never going to be able to enter our spaces. But for some reason, I don't know why he thinks it's so weird, dude. It's so weird. The entire worldview is 100% just predicated off the fact that they cannot fathom that a black person can be more qualified than they are. It's just white supremacy. But anyway, chat, only join the guest request if you support Donald Trump, y'all. Only join the guest request if you support Trump. Y'all know he takes a shower with just his hand. Marina, thank you so much for the $5 cash app. I do appreciate you, y'all. Give it a second. We'll get some more people in here. Only join the guest request if you support Trump, y'all. Calling me Tamika is weird.
Tamika.
Yeah, because that just shows that like you can't read. Stop that. Cut that out. They do that? Oh God. Hi, how old are you?
Oh, she follows me. She's not debating.
Oh, okay. Y'all only join the guest request if you support Trump, y'all.
Hello.
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 Do you support
Hey.
Trump?
Hey. Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely do. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. So
Sure
why do you
can.
support Trump?
Okay. Well, I support Trump because of all the bullshit that we've been going through for the past many years. But I also have some concerns, though.
Gwendolyn, thank you so much for the $50 cash out, y'all. W Gwendolyn in the chat.
Hey.
W's in the chat for Gwendolyn. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I really do
shit.
appreciate you. Thank you
I
so
just
much.
got an audition
My
for Rick
main
and Morty.
concern was why, if we knew that Trump won the last debate,
He didn't.
He did not.
he did not guarantee. Biden actually won that.
That wasn't the last debate.
Yeah.
I'm 2020.
Yeah.
2020? No, they fucking had to change the rules to mute his microphone because he wouldn't shut the fuck up.
You're talking about Trump.
Yeah.
Yes. You do remember that, right?
Well, yeah, I do.
When Biden
but,
told him to shut the fuck up and then took his job. Wasn't that funny?
Right, but I just don't like it. Just not. My brain can't comprehend a lot of the shit that happens. It just doesn't make sense. It's not right. It's
You're
not
an adult.
fair.
But like, yeah, so I actually want to get into an actual debate because I don't know why you're just yapping. So why do you support Trump?
I just got on, so I'm sorry. I just clicked it and I hit request when I
Okay,
heard
so
the other guy.
why do you support Trump?
Well, my main is because he supports our military.
No, he
No, he
doesn't.
Trump does not.
No.
He doesn't.
He calls them suckers and losers. Did everyone just forget that? Say that they got nothing out of going to war and sacrificing everything for their country? Really? What are you talking about?
But Biden does.
Yeah.
Yes!
His son was a veteran.
Okay, I see. Okay. This is if you can't tell, I just got on here and I'm starting to see here what's going on. I thought you guys were.
So when
for
people
Trump,
say
not
something
Biden.
that, oh, I'm sorry, you thought we supported Donald Trump?
Yeah.
You can't read. You're illiterate.
It says, why do you support Trump?
Right.
We don't.
You
We're
can't-
asking
I
you.
Right.
know,
So okay.
I know,
So
but I'm
so
saying you
so
can't- nobody-
you don't know because you just said you thought we supported Trump. So reading comprehension would tell you that it would literally make no sense for a person who supports Trump to ask, why do you support Trump? Right? The question would actually be, why do you also support Trump? Okay? This is what I mean when I say chat, they genuinely cannot read. So yeah. If you thought that we were Trump supporters, then
Sorry.
I have an IQ above 60.
You there?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me say. Can you hear me?
Are you driving?
Yes. I didn't know if you guys. What I was saying was I think they're both parties are bad. They're both evil in their wicked ways, and I think we're being fooled all the way around. But I do support Trump more than I would Biden. Period. But I think it's all the same. We're just being played with and fooled and fucked around with, and we're watching a movie.
You're the only one that has that problem. I don't know why you guys keep
Not
saying that
even
we're.
close.
I don't know why you guys keep saying that we're all like this. No, we are not. No, we're not. It's just you guys. You can't read. You're the only ones who get tricked by this shit. It's not all of us. We are not all in this together. It's just you.
I never
God.
said we were in this together. What I mean
No,
by
we're
that
not all confused. It's just y'all.
No, not confused. Not confused. I'm talking about you guys really don't know the bigger scheme of things. We're all
What?
being fucking toyed with and played with.
Yeah, here's the thing. You have an inability to criticize Donald Trump and his government. And because of that, how are you to pick up when he actually does things wrong, when he actually fucks things up, when he actually puts people in harm's way? You can't, because you've preconditioned yourself to not criticize him at all.
No. Oh, I don't even know what you're talking. I put words in my mouth.
So why did you vote for him the second time if you're able to critique him for his wrongdoings?
I didn't vote for him the second time. For your information.
But you support him?
I support him more than I would Biden, hands down.
Yeah, so the question is why if you're able to critique him.
Why? Because did you not see Biden? We were talking to somebody who
not
has
see
dementia
Trump?
and Alzheimer's.
Did you not see Donald Trump's gargantuan fucking syphilitic ass up on stage talking about cats and dogs?
Yeah.
And you thought that
Okay,
was somebody
so
who was ready to
on
lead
a
another
serious
4
note, I don't
years?
know why you guys keep saying, but what about Biden? I didn't ask about Biden. Why do you support? It's not like you must not even know why you support Trump. You must not even know. I think you know that you're in a cult. And there's no way for us to have. Stop talking. Stop talking when I'm talking.
Again,
Stop talking when I'm talking. Stop talking when I'm talking. Stop talking when I'm talking. So stop talking when I'm talking.
Goodbye.
So like when a person asks you why you support something, oh, bye. Y'all only join the guest request if you support Donald Trump, y'all. Like that was just like ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, only join the guest request if you support Trump. We're only looking for people who support Trump, y'all. Yeah. Hi, how old are you?
I'm sorry.
How old are you?
What was that? I'm 19.
Okay, so do you support Trump?
Actually, I was gonna ask you a question, but since you said that you only wanted people who supported Trump, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go on to the next person, y'all. Give it a second. Yeah, we have no guest requests. I don't know what happened. Jaden, you ruined it.
I did not.
Let's go on to the next person, y'all. Only join the guest request if you support Trump. Been locked at 2.2. Low as hell. Hi, how old are you? Okay,
Uh-oh.
Carrie's not here. Only join the guest request if you support Trump, y'all. We don't have anyone in the guest request right now.
Lame. Man, last night was fucking crazy.
What happened last night?
A bunch of TikTok drama and shit with major creators. It's a real storm, you know?
Oh yeah. I remember last night I was does anyone know who Olive is? No, you don't. So they were one of my mutuals. And this is what I mean when I say that like the female demographic just has no backbone, because she's on live. She's on live talking about Chris Mowry and saying that she has spoken to him on the phone and that they've spoken before and that they're mutuals, and that she just wants him to come up on the live and just to talk about what happened. And I'm in the chat like, if you have his phone number, why not just call him?
I think she did.
She said she did. He didn't want to talk. So, wait a minute. If it is the case that he just said that he didn't want to talk, why do you think he would join your live stream if he didn't want to talk to you? And so now I'm like, this
Well,
live
he
is weird.
ultimately did. He did show up, and there's a clip of it, but
Did he
it
join?
wasn't
'Cause he didn't
good.
talk
yeah,
to
he
her.
joined. And Athena called him out for like centering himself
On
in the
Olive's
conversation.
live?
Yeah. There's a
Oh,
you want me to send it to you?
Wait, was it last night?
That was Alina's?
Yeah, that wasn't her
Oh, my bad.
live.
Okay.
I knew Jane. Nope. Anyway, but like it was so weird because I was like, okay, I said, have you contacted any of the victims? She says, yeah, they haven't responded. Okay, so no green light from the victims.
Yeah, that's not good.
You're on live trying to hold him accountable, and he clearly doesn't want to talk to you. And she's on live sulking and like saying she just wants, like she just wants for him to, have accountability, She wants him to have accountability. But I'm like, okay, so there's a real conversation that could be had here if you are seeking accountability, right? You know that it's never going to happen. Why are you waiting hand and foot? Literally at one point she said she's going to get on her knees. Hello? Anyway, so
okay.
yikes on bikes. And so I'm like, okay, so in a conversation about misogyny in these leftist spaces, Why are you waiting for a person who clearly does not care to come up on your live and talk about something he clearly doesn't care? It just sounded like the longer she was live for, the more it felt clickbaity and clout chasey. Especially after she had Attorney General on the live, who talked about how people should be ashamed and that they're not good people if they objectify the female body. When on the phone with Attorney General, she literally, upon me telling her how ecstatic I was about being able to meet Vice President Kamala Harris, called her a MILF and sexualized her. So that same person going on the live and talking down to men about their misogyny and about their objectification of women was crazy as fuck for me to hear. So I'm like, okay, this live is bad faith. This live is bad faith. Okay? Okay, they kept talking in parables and metaphors because they don't actually have any real critiques of what has happened. They had no real critiques of what had happened. What they wanted, and I'm going to say it, and this is why I think it's so harmful for the victims, and it's so harmful for the overall conversation, and how you guys take advantage of the struggles of women, because what they actually wanted to happen was for him to come on that live, and for their views to skyrocket, and for them to be able to say that they talked to Chris Mowry and held him accountable. Sans the consent of the victims, sans consent of anyone else. It was for their own self-actualization and their own selfishness. So upon me saying that, I said, hey, there's a real conversation to be had. He clearly doesn't want to talk to you. Talk about misogyny in these spaces. Talk about how you don't want to see them talk about misogyny in these spaces because they exemplify it. All of a sudden, the entire live stream turns into a Tashika a Tashika referendum.
I didn't see that.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I saw Alina's live. That's where I was.
I couldn't believe it. It even got to the point in which Olive, quite literally, like a 5-year-old, says, if I'm racist and so, like, what? Concedes to the fact that she is indeed causing harm to the victims by spreading this without substance, and then concedes to racism. And then, because I did not scroll away in the fact of like active fuckery, I was the issue for daring to comment on how this was problematic.
I think
Yikes.
it's so disappointing that this is like stretched on way longer than it's needed to.
Oh,
and that
seriously.
it's created like so much factionalism, so much like divide even within the community. And it's become conversations within conversations. And
they just want to be able to talk about them. And that's it. That they just want to be able to talk about them. And it's starting to piss me off. It's starting to annoy me. Because, like, again, Chris said what he said to Dean because that's how he views women. He views women as sex objects. That is it. Harry did what he did to those women because they don't see women as people and they view them as sex objects. Chris said what he said to Dean because that is how he speaks about women to his guy friends when he was alone. He thought that Dean was one of his homeboys. He tried to get involved and say that fuckery to the wrong guy. He said it to the wrong one. That's the only difference. He's not sorry because he said it. He's sorry because he said it in front of 4,000 people to the wrong motherfucker. To the wrong guy. But you know he talks like that to Harry. You know that.
Yeah, there's a video where they're on a live together and they're texting each other and you could see Harry's response to something really overtly sexual that's being sent.
Like what? Are
And
we
he's
good?
talking about like the technique and stuff like that.
But let's talk about that. Not just trying to hold them accountable. Why are you... I don't understand this like weird allegiance. Don't get me started. Y'all got me started. I don't understand this allegiance to like trying to save white men. They don't care. I promise you, in a month's time, they're gonna come back live stream and act like nothing happened. And people are going to defend them.
Well, I mean, if you've seen
Like
their
a-
social media stuff, it's like it's the same old, like fuck
They're
Donald Trump and all
unapologetic.
that stuff. It's just
They
like
don't
right,
care.
it's just back to the status quo. There's been no apology. The other night, I think it's Sunday or so, middle of the fucking night, Harry tweets out, "MAGA's just mad. I've got game." Absolutely the wrong fucking thing.
Like
If
what?
you've got game, it's probably fucking Boggle, Connect 4, some shit like that. But
My thing is
this
just
is
like
the absolute worst way to respond to it.
this weird infantilization of Chris, as if he's not just as involved in this disgusting behavior towards women. Like that's why that's why they want to talk. Like why would he want to talk to you? He would dog walk you, bro. You would either concede to the fact that he's just a kid and he's learning, guys. He's only 21 years old, of which is a grown-ass man, but he's white, so we make him a little bit smaller with his actions.
I really
You know-
do have to wonder how this would be if the roles were reversed. If this was a black
100%.
person doing this to white women, he would not be allowed. He would not. His fucking
Please.
account would be gone yesterday.
Please. It's just weird allegiance with their own people. Yeah, and that's it. You know what I mean? My stomach hurts, chat, really bad. But like, that's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole issue, is that they simply don't care. They simply do not care. They don't actually see what they did as wrong. I blocked those two months before this happened. Months before this happened. No one is surprised. No one with half a brain cell who understands misogyny, who understands sexism in a thematic sense, is surprised by this. So the fact that on that live, of which luckily only had 80 people in it because it's what she fucking deserves.
No wonder I didn't see it.
Yeah, of course. No, like what? Hello. I said on the live, I was like, is this why your entire panel is white? And then she tried to lambaste me and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna call up all my black friends and tell them to come on my live so I don't look racist." Why are you talking like that to me? Is that chat? Whoa? Why are you talking like that to me? Why was she talking like that to me? Why was she talking like that?
You gotta use the tokens to make a phone call.
She's like, "You want me to tokenize my black friends?" No. But if you had black friends, they would be on your panel, is the point. Right? Because it is either you filter out the black voices in your life, or the black voices filter out you. And if you had black friends, they'd be on the panel. I've seen her panels before. They're consistently white. Well, actually, Lily here is not white. She's white.
She's 1/64th
She's
Native
actually
American.
she's actually 24% indigenous. Shut your mouth. Okay? So you know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. It's very strange. That live was very clout chasey. She said, "Why are you even here? You can go make your own live." If I made my own live, you wouldn't be live. If I made my own live, you wouldn't have an account. So it's just weird. I want people, when they talk about this situation, like it hurts me, like as a woman, I want for when people talk about this situation to talk about it with tact, with respect for the women who are harmed. Is that too much to ask? This is not a time to just shit on these random white guys. This is a time to really hold to our leftist ideology that these people claim to value and actually talk about the thematic issue with misogyny in leftist spaces. The fact that for a long time, these behaviors go unnoticed and untalked about. I've had experiences with very, very popular leftist men on this app who have treated me like a body, like shit. I'm not even talking about those two demons. Okay, I'm talking about Peyton. I'm talking about Peyton, bro.
Yep.
Okay, so like I've had leftist men on this app treat me like shit, like garbage. But people don't care because they just want to be able to talk shit. They just want to be able to get their 15 minutes of fame. And so when these leftist men come on this app and they talk about feminism and they talk about protecting bodies and protecting black women, and then they treat my body like it's just something to be fucked, it's weird. But no one actually cares. No one actually gives a shit. And it makes me upset. I don't know why people keep evoking their names and not actually talking about the substance of the issue.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's annoying. It's annoying. Cut it out. This is not new. It is a pattern of behavior amongst leftist men. What are we surprised about? It hurts me. It makes me cry. People put so much of their hope into these cis hetero men.
Their money.
Their time, their money, their beliefs. When they have a question about a moral standing, they go and ask them as if they are the Jesus, the Jesus clones of leftist ideologies. When behind closed doors, they tear apart my body and piece it back together. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Why? Can we ask the question why people are so inclined when talking about race or queerness? Why people are still so inclined to hear these things from cis hetero mouths, and only from cis hetero mouths, and that if anything, queer voices are used as a amplifier for cis hetero mouths. Shouldn't it be the other way around? And this is what I mean when I say that this notion of amplification has been bastardized by the left. Because now, when people say white people should uplift the voices of queer people, now people have taken it to only getting their information about queer and black struggles from the mouths of cis hetero white people. And it only means something from the mouths of cis hetero white people. You want to know why? You want to know why it hits harder? Because the overall assumption is that cis hetero white people don't care. And so when you suddenly see them pretend to care, it means something different. Because when I just talk about black struggle, it's the status quo. When I talk about brown bodies across seas and the normalization of watching young children be dismembered from bombs, when I talk about how that's a normalized thing in our society, that's the status quo. My death is the status quo. The martyring of black bodies is the status quo. So it doesn't really matter when we talk about these things, right? The martyring of queer bodies in front of the fucking VA is the status quo. And no one cares unless the socially dominant people talk about it.
I want to read you something that Athena said during that live where she confronted Chris. And this is pretty much what she said in that. But she wrote this down last night. She says, true leadership in any movement is not self-appointed, nor is it earned through mere proclamations of allyship. Time and time again, we see cishet white men elevated as voices of progress simply because they say the right words, post a black square, or say W feminism, while those with lived experiences are sidelined. But real commitment to dismantling racism, sexism, and other systems of oppression requires more than performance. It demands accountability, humility, integrity, and a willingness to cede space. A movement cannot thrive if its leadership replicates the very hierarchies it claims to resist. I hope this serves as a reminder that performative activism means nothing without integrity. I agree with that.
100%. Athena eats yet again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you know, I'm actually right now working on a really, a passion project of mine. I'm starting a series on Substack. You guys should follow me on there. I'm starting a series on Substack talking about segregation in leftist spaces, the moral degradation of leftist spaces, and the way that a lot of people just don't do the work because by proxy of believing that they are on the right side of history already, that they just don't have to deconstruct. And that they just simply don't have a lot of growth. A lot of white people think just saying that they are products of racism is enough, right? But if you guys would like, I would like to read you guys an excerpt from the article, my first article that I'm reading. My screams are disregarded as animalistic rage, something wild and something to be corralled, disciplined and muted. Meanwhile, their screams, those of white men and women, are celebrated as passion and as courage and as leadership. I've had white women with soft voices and sharpened tongues tell me to take pointers from men.
I think you told me last night you're writing a book, aren't you? Like about this? Oh, I'm sorry. You got this.
Men who speak of my people's pain as though it were a syllabus for their personal growth. As if the centuries of suffering, blood, and death and sacrifice are just case studies for them to better understand the world. That is the reality. It is a gross one, where our grief becomes their curriculum, where our resistance is demonized while theirs is dignified, where our rage is seen as dangerous and yet theirs divine. And this is what I mean when I talk about the behavior in these spaces, because this does genuinely mean a lot to me. And this passage that I wrote is how I had been feeling about this space for the longest time. And the way people are handling this situation in the face of female bodies openly being disregarded and used is just so indicative of the fact that, like, no one has actually done any real growth here. I don't understand why people just are being so flippant about what all of this actually means for our spaces, how their behaviors, as, you know, like, even though they are not the spearheads of these movements, to a lot of people, yeah, they're the forefront. And I don't think people really understand how far this sets back everyone. And I've been saying this before, that by propping up these types of people, we set the stage for leftist ideology to crumble, because they're not supposed to be at the forefront. They can't, I don't understand what people don't understand. They cannot have empathy for these things. They cannot have empathy for these things. They can have sympathy. They can understand at a base level why you can be upset about things. But that is why they are able to talk about my torture as if with cold stoicism that is celebrated by their audience. That is why they don't actually empathize with the things that they speak about. They sympathize with it. They know, like, base level that these things are wrong. Not because they're actually wrong, but because it is consistent logically to believe that they're wrong. And that's as far as that goes. I don't think people really understand that. And it really does make me very emotional. And I hate it. And
yeah.
When people, I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it. It harms people. This is why I say I just detest a lot of leftist spaces, because they're so segregated specifically on race. But yeah,
Very insular.
like genuine insanity.
Mhm.
Genuine insanity.
And
But yeah,
you and I shared in that frustration the day after the election
yeah.
when it was right back to lives about why did you vote for Donald Trump? As
When it
if
was
millions
laughing.
of people,
Yeah.
you're right,
I mean,
weren't
like, do
just
people?
affected by healthcare now destroying them, as if black women now had a worse outcome from this and being 3 to 5 times more likely to die from childbirth. And now it's just back to the status quo. It's like the people who are speaking about this are least likely to be affected because they weren't. They weren't affected at all.
I like, instead of like being concerned about the fact that like queer people were unaliving themselves in mass, and the fact that the black people allegedly around you are going to face a lessening of their overall rights. Now it's joking about the fact that a bunch of conservatives are going to come and annoy you about losing. While my fears were getting hate crimed and being lambasted, the normalization of hatred in this country. When a movement like that, when a movement based off of cruelty wins in a country, that is what people are going to experience. And so when my fears were not that people would make fun of me, but the fact that I would get an onslaught of white supremacists, it seems like our values for why we do what we do are very different.
Mm-hmm.
While one does it for notoriety, and then the other does it out of necessity. Because if I don't do it, what's going to happen? Like, if there's not a voice, if there's not multiple voices to talk about these things, what happens? It's either I talk or I'm invisible. So, yeah. It makes me emotional, chat. It makes me really emotional. Yeah. I do hope, I'm still working on this article for Substack. It is going to be like a series. It's called Ain't I a Leftist? Discussing, what I just said. And it's really long, this first article. I don't know if all the other articles are going to be as long. But it is pretty long so far. So I hope when I do finish it and I do publish it that you guys will support me. Because I do talk about some very important things that I've been feeling for a very long time. And I know a lot of people are gonna like disregard it as like me complaining, but we all know who those people are.
Yep.
Or just blatantly ignore it. Because I feel like overall leftist spaces have become not for the actual betterment and progression of society, but to maintain the status quo.
Very co-opted.
And I don't. There's a reason that because I had to have noticed that something was off when there is. Why is debate talk racially segregated, chat? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? Like, why is debate talk like there is a black debate talk?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like, why? When was the filter? Why is there a filter in leftist spaces if we all supposedly agree on the same things?
And you see the drop off too when it comes to how many people are watching, supporting, following, subscribing, all that stuff.
Oh no, debate. I mean, black
Major
debate talk
drop-off.
goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
Those live streams get no viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what's the difference? Why do white people flock to white leftist spaces? Why are black people being filtered out of spaces that they created? What's going on? What is this? So, yeah, that's what my series is going to be about and what it means. Yeah, it's painful. Very painful. Very painful. Anyway, I think I need to go sit for a second.
Oh, you're good. You want to text me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all so much for being here, guys.
We got you.
Bye.
See ya.